Ali was just going, what?
87?
Yeah. Summer ain't over.
Okay, it's still summer.
I want it and I don't want it at the same time.
You want some sweater
I
weather?
don't know how I feel. I'm scared to go on the record.
Anyway, there's always a lot going on in Salt Lake City, and here's the source of everything.
It was me, I did it.
That's right. One big item on the agenda is the proposed parking lot across from Solitude Mountain Resort. Not everyone's happy about that.
Okay, this behind us, that's a look at one of their parking areas. This is a live look. We got that camera up there right now. So,
That's massive. Huh?
yeah, Ali Vallarta from CityCast Salt Lake, here to talk more about this. And yeah, this looks massive, but I'm a snowboarder, Ali. I've gone up to Solitude plenty of times in the winter. That parking lot fills up fast.
Oh,
That's nothing.
And they're thinking of adding more parking.
Yeah. So the resort owns some property across the street, and they want to add a 593 car lot, a surface lot like this. And you'll be shocked to hear that there is controversy about whether or not we should literally pave paradise to put up a parking lot in the canyons. Canyon traffic is like a key issue in this valley, right? But as evidence, it's really kind of only a winter thing because we're serving these ski resorts which are overwhelmed in the winter.
Yeah.
So the question is, should this resort be able to sort of grow indefinitely in this valley to serve its operations as a private company? Something interesting here that we're hearing from the resort is that the Utah Department of Transportation wants them to stop allowing the street side parking in the canyons. And so they're saying, well, we're going to lose like 200 spots when UDOT says no more parking on the side of the road in this canyon. And so they're sort of using that to parlay it into making the case for the parking lot. The residents of Brighton, of course, don't buy it. This is really unpopular. I think it's worth talking about this morning because tonight there is a hearing. The Planning and Zoning Commission for the town is going to be hearing this proposal. So if you feel a way about this, either of you, 6 p.m. tonight, you can log on virtually or go up to the fire station and be heard.
How does the sort of the parking reservation system factor into all of this? Because that has been something new within the last couple of years, and it certainly has been harder to get up there with your private vehicle because there are no spaces available. How does that factor in?
I mean, I think it's made a dent, but it's not solving the problem fundamentally, right? Like, we need mass transit solutions in these canyons. It can't just be car by car. The Utah Department of Transportation says, look, we're going to put a gravel lot at the base of Big Cottonwood. They're exploring a bus system. The road is pretty narrow. Could there be a bus lane? If you ask me, I feel like these resorts print cash. They should just fund their own buses to get people up there. Like, when we have a valley where there are people who can't get to work because we don't have enough bus drivers, we don't have enough bus routes to get people where they really need to be, day-to-day people, I think using taxpayer money to get people up to a very expensive hobby, delivering them to the doorstep of a private company, for me is questionable. And we need a solution. We need everyone to come to the table and figure this out. Because certainly, with the Olympics coming in however many years, this problem's not going away.
Nope.
Definitely not.
No way.
At all.
No chance.
Hearing tonight, you mentioned.
Hearing tonight, 6 p.m.
Little Cottonwood Canyon's considering a gondola and those types of things. So.
Yeah, and the Utah Department of Transportation looked at a gondola for Big Cottonwood, but it's not a straight road. It's like really kind of curvy and zigzaggy, and so it's not necessarily their preferred solution, whereas they've said in Little Cottonwood it's kind of a preferred solution after implementing some buses. Everyone seems to agree that what we need is a better ski bus.
Yeah.
Who funds it? When does it happen? Where does it start? All of that's got to come together.
Okay. Well, let's change topics here. We're going to talk about cocktails, one of my favorite topics.
And you're an expert on that, too.
Speaking of buses.
Yes, exactly. You'll want to take the bus after having a cocktail. You're a judge for searching for the best cocktail. Talk about this.
It is the honor of a lifetime. I am a judge for the Salt Lake Magazine cocktail competition this year. This is one of the first years they've opened it up to a judging panel. So every year, Salt Lake Magazine asks the best bartenders in the city to whip up a signature cocktail and enter it in this cocktail competition. And I think this is really cool because in a city where our liquor laws are terrible, they're constantly, like, it feels like our bar and restaurant scene is really trying to emerge and constantly fight upstream to make a name for itself. We don't have any Michelin stars yet. We've got a couple of James Beard Awards. This is the kind of friendly competition that's also really cool professional development for people in that industry. So there are 23 different bars or restaurants that have a signature cocktail on the menu through October 1st. Anyone can go and try them. So members of the public are invited to go, request the drink. Most of them are on the menu. And there is a People's Choice Award if you want to vote for your favorite. But then we, the judging panel, will also be picking juried prizes. And there are cash prizes.
So what are some of the best places to get a drink?
Well, I think the best bar is the one closest to you. But I will say, I think like I have tried a few that have really knocked me off my feet. Over at Rouser at Asher Adams, there's a cocktail on the menu that is made with arugula. So the key to the contest is that they have to use local spirits as much as possible and also base it around local produce, so local fruit or vegetable. Oh. So there's an arugula creation there. You can go up to Mar Montaña's rooftop restaurant and have a Bear Lake raspberry shake twist on that. There is, over at HSL, Cole, the bartender there, has made a ratatouille martini, which is very like herbal, and lots of vegetable flavors in there, very complex. There is, which feels resonant this morning, a cocktail over at Franklin Avenue called the Sundance Kid. And of course, named after the late Robert Redford. Yeah. And that is a take on the dirty soda. Okay. So using a grilled peach syrup to make like a cocktail take on the dirty soda. And that's just a few. So there's a booklet you can pick up in Salt Lake Magazine. All the different bars have them too on the counters. I think plan a little crawl maybe this weekend.
These bartenders get very creative, don't they?
Very.
I mean, it's incredible what they can do. I mean, they're chefs in their own right, basically. Yes. A lot of creativity going into that.
Well, you have your Sunday cocktail.
I do my Sunday craft cocktail. I'm a little jealous that Ali got asked to be a judge and I didn't, unfortunately.
Well, maybe next year.
Maybe next year. Okay. All right, we started this off by showing the forecast, so it's not going to feel so fall-like. But we got some fall activities coming up.
Yeah. If it feels like fall came early this year, that's because it kind of did. We've had cold nights, which means that our leaves are already starting to turn. Sadly, I'm told that they might not be as brilliant in color this year because we had a dry spring. So they're not as saturated, and you'll see some of that red and that blushing, but it might not be as brilliant as we've had in years past when we have a wet winter. But let me tell you, this weekend, you'll be able to get up the canyon, take those family photos, plan your engagements. It's all happening. I have a recommendation. So this past weekend, I went up to the Causey Reservoir, hiked out a little trail called Skull Crack Trail. And it's probably 1.5 miles each way. But at the end of it, you will find the place where the kokanee salmon from Causey Reservoir are swimming upstream.
Oh, yeah, I've heard about this.
To lay their eggs. And they actually return to the place they were born. It's very poetic. And lay their eggs there. And then ultimately, that's the end of their life cycle. They take this arduous journey upstream. Now, they're not quite like the salmon that you see in A River Runs Through It. They're not flying in the air and grizzly bears are catching them, so manage your expectations. But they are really given it to get up over these rocks. They turn this brilliant red color. It's like one of nature's great phenomena, and it's pretty cool that we can just witness it here in Utah.
Okay, good advice for something to do for the fall. Ali, thank you.
You're so welcome.
Always great having you.
Always a joy to be here.
Yeah. And tell us about your podcast.
Well, you can find me wherever you listen to podcasts by searching CityCast Salt Lake. Our website is saltlake.citycast.fm. We have a daily newsletter, too. We'll keep you in the loop. It's the perfect complement to your ARC mornings.
Oh, look at that.
It is.
Look at that synergy going on right there.
If we only had a portion of your following.
Exactly. All right. Ali, again, thank you for coming in.